Singing the songs of her father in their traditional country western style, the yodeling farmer's daughter, Juanita Clayton, left the music touring scene in early 2000 after the passing of her mother. Prior to that, some highlights she enjoyed included winning the yodeling competition at a festival in Avoca, Iowa in 1998. Her dad didn't either. He didn't win.
Didn't enter.
Performing at the Winnipeg Folk Festival in 1999, as well as opening for an award-winning country singer, George Fox. Maybe you've heard of him. She performed with her dad, Stew Clayton, in the years after Marge died, as well as singing in seniors' facilities where she continues to sing today. Common threads are fourth-generation family musicians based in Kansas City, Missouri. The trio consists of Loriann, excited to be home again. Let's give her a welcome. Her husband, Ed, and her son, Corbin, have joined her on stage. They call their blend of originals and folks on covers from over the last 150 years to present folkgrass. Please give a warm welcome to the Clayton family.
I'll sing to you the praises of a land I dearly love, a place that's always been my home, sweet home. It's been my pride and joy ever since I was a boy, and I'm mighty proud of my Canadian home. So here's to you, my Canadian home. There is no land that's finer from London through to Nome. The valleys, lakes, and mountains where I dearly love to roam. With no regrets, I'm mighty proud of my Canadian home. You can look this old world over, there's none that can compare. We've many things that no one else can claim. The Royal Canadian Mounties and the Calgary Stampede, the hockey teams that have brought our country fame. The Great Falls of Niagara, where thousands go each year. The Rocky Mountains, Banff, and Lake Louise. And across the rolling prairie, a sight you'll never forget. The golden wheat fields waving in the breeze. So here's to you, my Canadian home. There is no land that's finer from London through to Nome. The valleys, lakes, and mountains where I dearly love to roam. With no regrets, I'm mighty proud of my Canadian home. Oh, da-day, oh, da-day, oh, da-day. Well, good afternoon, Manitou. Woohoo! What a wonderful day. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you. Well, did you like the band before us? Holy cow. That's a pretty tough act to follow. I'm not sure if everybody knows, most of you know, but Will and James, they are the grandsons of original bandmate of Mom and Dad, Lori Lee. That's Lori Lee's grandson, so that's pretty cool. And of course, Charlie Howitt, his dad played a lot of times with Dad, and so it's just really neat to kind of be able to, see the generations change and the tunes keep on going, right, Bill? This next song, we're going to do a bunch of dad songs as it is his day, his tribute day. This one's called You Never Miss the Water. Here we go. I came out from... Oh, wrong song. You never miss the water till the well runs dry. You never miss the sun till there's a cloudy sky. Don't let the devil tempt you, keep this song in mind. For you never miss the water till the well runs dry. There once was a man who was scheming all the time. He'd cheat his friends and neighbors just to make a dime. Now he's a millionaire, but his friends passing by, they never miss the water till the well went dry. You never miss the water till the well runs dry. Never miss the sun till there's a cloudy sky. Don't let the devil tempt you, keep this song in mind. For you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Some married men think they can do no wrong. They run around at night and leave their wives at home till she meets another man and she leaves him high and dry. He never missed the water till the well went dry. You never miss the water till the well runs dry. You never miss the sun till there's a cloudy sky. Don't let the devil tempt you, keep this song in mind. For you never miss the water till the well runs dry. The way this world is going, it surely is a crime. Fighting and pollution getting worse all the time. We'd better smarten up or we're surely gonna die. And we'll all miss the water when the well runs dry. You never miss the water till the well runs dry. You never miss the sun till there's a cloudy sky. Don't let the devil tempt you, keep this song in mind. For you never miss the water till the well runs dry. You never miss the water till the well runs dry. Well, while we're getting ready for Loriann to take a song or two, I just want to thank again the Honey Garlic Committee for having this really wonderful occasion and opportunity to celebrate our dad, celebrate a lot of your friends, teammates, neighbor. It means the world to us. And if I tell you what, if Dad would have been here watching the boys that last set, he would have been sitting there. He would have shaken his head quite a few times, and I'm sure that the tears would have been streaming down his face because he never thought that the young folks, would appreciate his music. And boy, oh boy, those boys, they kicked it right out of the park.
Yep.
Awesome. So thank you. Thank you to the committee for inviting us and for having this wonderful day. It means more than you could ever know.
And then Dad would say, now that's country music, and he'd hop right on up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and not talk very much today because it's a big emotion day for me, and I'm just going to stay focused. I want to start off with a song that I think is kind of autobiographical, so it tells you a little bit about Dad, and, well, you know it all. This is his home. He loved country music since back in the 30s when a boy growing up on the farm. purest of music, and those who would change it are not really country, they're just playing the field. Some promoters were saying that he should cross over. The country was due for a change. Well, that's been tried before. All it accomplished was to drive a lot of good country people away. So let's keep it pure. Let's keep it country, 'cause the country fans like it that way. Those who say different ain't fooling nobody, 'cause the older the fiddle, the sweeter they play. He was proud to be country, and he always was. He loved the banjo, the fiddle, and steel. It was the purest of music, and those who would change it are not really country, they're just playing the field. No, they're not really country, they're just playing the field. Dad has an Irish heritage on one side, and that was called the Hundred Pipers Jig. It was always his favorite. Whenever we would play anywhere, that's the one that he would request, and so that's the one that got played today.
Pretty fancy auto harping.
It is some fancy auto harping. How many of you folks remember our mom playing the auto harp up here? Yeah. Loriann worked at a few different instruments. I think her piano teacher is sitting right over there. Hello, Mrs. Gloria Johnson. Did good with this one. But a few years ago, Loriann had Mom's auto harp, and then she just kind of got into it, and she started accumulating some special auto harps and entering contests. And Dad and I just were like, we were really impressed with our dear girl. So I hope you enjoy
that. Dad had his own view on lots of things, and it was easiest for him to convey it in song. And I want to do this one for Uncle Joe. When this troubled life is over and our days on earth are done, there's another home awaiting us somewhere beyond the sun. So walk this straight and narrow, never falter, never fail. Put your faith in Jesus and you'll ride the glory trail. Ride the glory trail, yeah. over, you will ride the glory trail. When your days are sad and blue and you've a heavy load to bear, bad luck stays right beside you. You've more troubles than your share. You may be a king or a paper boy or a prisoner in jail. Put your faith in Jesus and you'll ride the glory trail. Ride the glory trail, yes, ride the glory trail. Right down the middle of the river of life you'll sail. The Lord is here to guide you, never falter, never fail. When this life is over, you will ride the glory trail. Ride the glory trail, yes, ride the glory trail. Right down the middle of the river of life we'll sail. The Lord is here to guide you, never falter, never fail. When this life is over, you will ride the glory trail. When this life is over, you will ride the glory trail. Also, Reverend Mel, I think you would relate to that one.
Here is Manitoba Waltz.
We're going to turn Corb loose here on one of Mom and Dad's real good fiddle tunes called Manitoba Waltz.
And we think this is as much your day as it is our day, so we want to extend the invitation for you to do what makes you feel happy. If you want to dance, you dance. If you want to sing, you sing, because this is for all of us.
No chucking anything hard at us, though.
they played it. That beautiful Manitoba waltz. You were there in my arms as we danced round the floor. I give all I own to be back there once more, just to listen to the band softly playing that beautiful since we parted, but the memory of that night still lingers on. When two hearts were keeping time to the music of the beautiful Manitoba waltz. You were there in my arms as we danced round the floor. I give all I own to be back there once more, just to listen to the band softly playing that beautiful Manitoba waltz. Thank you. Thanks.
While Corb does an instrument change, I'd like to have a little shout out to a special gal, special friend of Dad's for many years. She's sitting right there behind Brooke. Miss Myrna Craftsman. Miss Myrna Craftsman. Myrna and Dad had a special friendship for a lot of years after Mom passed away. I don't know what to say. That's enough, eh?
We're going to talk less because we're getting
Right.
emotional.
Yeah.
Just a reminder.
I thank you for your patience with my pappy. And I just love you very much. You're a great lady, and I'm verklempt. I have no other words except for a big shout out, and you're loved.
We're going to try Farmer's Alphabet as well. A is for the aphids that ate up half my crop. B is for my banker, bless his soul. C is for Columbus, who got us in this mess. D is for the dollars that I owe. E is for the engine my combine badly needs. F is for the freezing ice and snow. G is for the garden out there amongst the weeds. And H is where I'm often told to go. I is for the Indians that used to own my farm. J is for the jackass that's here now. K is for my kitchen roof, leak-proof until it rains. L is for my lazy old black hound. M is for the misery this farming causes me. N is for neuralgia in my head. O is for the oat fields, some white and others black. And P is for the purple thistle heads. questions they ask when I don't pay. R is for the reasons that I give. S is for the sunshine that comes when we need rain. And T is for the trouble that I'm in. U is for my underwear, I'll wear them till July. V is for the vacuum in my purse. W is for waiting, I've been doing that for years. X is where I sign for better or for worse. Y is for my yearling calf that just fell down the well. Z is for the zip that I once had. If you want to be a farmer, put your money in the bank. Go and see a psychiatrist instead. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Thank you.
So Ed's going to do this next song. It's a song that Ed wrote because he's a songwriter as well. And Dad recorded it because he thought that's a good song. It says what needs to be said.
And what you didn't say is sometime in the early 80s, there was a big country music festival in Iowa, and Marge was too busy at the farm to come down. So he brought his beautiful young daughter.
And the rest is history.
Left inside it, one I love best, as she lay down beside me to say I love you. And hey, ain't you glad it's Saturday? There's a farm in the valley I left far behind, true love and fortune to find. But the love was untrue, and it's making me blue. For the fortune was borrowed on There's a farm in the valley I left far behind, true love and fortune to find. But the love was untrue, and it's making me blue. For the fortune was borrowed on time. It's so late and I ought to be climbing in bed, for I know in the morning I'll be headed again to the place where I gotta go and struggle to pay all the bills coming due a Saturday.
While I'm waiting for Sister to get the right auto harp for this song, And before I sing it, I want to do a little land acknowledgement. We are on Treaty 1 territory, and that is the home of the Ojibwe, the Cree, the Oji Cree, the Dene, the Dakota, and Manitoba is also the home and birthplace of the Métis Nation. So just wanted to do that. This next song is one of the songs of Dad's that it's probably my favorite song. He wrote it back in 1974. Truth and reconciliation is a common theme today. It wasn't back then, but this is the song that Dad wrote back then, offering his views of how Canada managed the coming over from Europe with the first people of the land. It's called The Canadian. I'll tell you a story, a sad one but true, a story that we all know too well, of a mighty race of people mistreated and denied, forced from a life they loved so well. People come to this land from many foreign shores. The leaders of our country welcome all. But the red man was here before all the rest, yet he received the worst deal of all. We took away his land and we took away his pride. We never offered him a helping hand. We left him all alone, a reservation for a home, the only true Canadian in this land. Call ourselves Canadians, we're proud of our home. Many times we fought to keep it free. Freedom is the last thing we'd ever want to lose. Nothing else can take the place of liberty. Love thy neighbor as thyself is what the Bible says. Don't judge a man by the color of his skin. Remember, this was his land before the white man came. All he wants is his freedom back again. We took away his land and we took away his pride. We never offered him a helping hand. We left him all alone, a reservation for a home, the only true Canadian in this land. Yes, he's the only true Canadian in this land. Well, Dad did not write this next song, but it certainly was one that people associated him with. Hope you like it. It's called The Poor, Poor Farmer. Here we go. I came out from the city many months ago, sold most everything and it gave me quite a stake, you know. I bought myself a section of the finest farm and land, but how they make a fortune I don't understand. Well, I bought some new machinery and the very finest seeds, but always buying new parts, and half my crop was weeds. The weasel ate my chickens, wild parsnip killed my cow. My wife went home to mother, and the banker got my sow. I'm a poor, poor farmer, what am I gonna do?
Sing along.
Poor, poor farmer, I'm full of rabbit stew. Poor, poor farmer, I'm always on the go, trying to get garden, the hail took all the wheat. It seems I'm working around the clock, I'm really getting beat. Grasshoppers came the other day, just like a million goats. And before I knew what best to do, they cut down all of my oats. So I loaded up my grass seed and headed out for town. But it seemed that every mile I went, the price kept going down. Most of it was dockage, from wild oats to flax. And when we come to settle up, I owed him for the sacks. I'm a poor, poor farmer, what am I gonna do? Poor, poor farmer, I'm full of rabbit stew. Poor, poor farmer, I'm always on the go, trying to get my farm work caught up before the snow. Well, I woke up this morning feeling mighty low. I looked at my potato field all covered up with snow. First my wheat, then my oats, now my spuds are gone. My grub box is empty, how will I carry on? But still I have my freedom, my credit rating is high. Don't have to pack a lunchbox or heed the whistle's cry. I'll always be a farmer, don't care about a thing. And if I can get my tractor fixed, I'll combine in the spring. I'm a poor, poor farmer, and I'll always be. Poor, poor farmer, 'cause farming is for me. I'll always be a farmer, 'cause farming's what I love. And I'll still be a farmer up in the land above. I'm a poor, poor farmer, what am I gonna do? Poor, poor farmer, I'm full of rabbit stew. Poor, poor farmer, I'm always on the go, trying to get my farm work caught up before the snow. That's the way a poor, poor farmer's life must go. Okay. Thank you. So again, while my sister is switching auto harps, she has more auto, well, no, I won't go there. I also want to have a shout out to anybody from the 55 plus that's here. Any of the 55 plus residents? Oh, there you are.
I think I saw them all.
Hello, hello. Boy, you all were great neighbors. You were great to Dad. You helped him out during COVID. Holy smokes. It was a rough time. You looked out for him, and we just really appreciated y'all. So, shout out to you. What key are we in?
So Dad's career spanned about 70 years. And in the early days, some of his, well, most of his songs were about not getting married. And this is one of those. Family meeting. Right key, right song. Well, I think we're ready to go. Shack up in the mountains, in those old Kentucky hills, lives a sweet old-fashioned maiden, they call her Mountain Bill. She was very much in love with the handsome mountaineer. When she mentioned marriage, he just whispered in her ear, when there's corns on the foot of a mountain and potatoes, eyes shed tears. When the head of a dad needs a haircut, I'll be thinking of you too. When the mouth of the river's laughing and the heart of the tree beats true. When the hands of the clock start waiting, then my dear, I'll marry you. One night they strolled together beneath that mellow mountain moon. Birds were singing sweetly, all the flowers were in bloom. Oh, she wooed him and she loved him with all the charm she had. But when she mentioned marriage, well, this is what he said. When there's corns on the foot of a mountain and potatoes, I shed tears. When the head of a tent is a haircut, I'll be thinking of you too. When the mouth of the river's laughing and the heart of a tree beats true. When the hands of the clock start waiting, then my dear, I'll marry you. Well, of course, they both got married, just like all lovers do. They're happy in the mountains in a shack that's built for two. Oh, they have two charming daughters, the apples of their eyes. To get the kids to sleep at night, they sing this lullaby. When there's corns on the foot of a mountain and potatoes, I shed tears. When the head of a death is a haircut, I'll be thinking of you too. When the mouth of the river's laughing and the heart of the tree beats true. When the hands of the clocks are waiting, then my dear, I'll marry you. So sometimes Dad wrote songs just because he wanted to try a new key or get a different beat. And this one is called Sunset Blues. Well, away out on the prairie, where cattle love to tarry, there's a cowboy who is sad tonight, sitting on the old corral, dreaming
Corbinn put to work here again. Corbinn has taken on the task of learning lots of instruments. So we're going to feature him on the dobro.
Speaking of lots of instruments, this is a true story. We were coming across, and as you can see, we don't travel lightly, but all the auto harps really are necessary because they play in different keys. Anyway, they had the lanes blocked off, and they pulled us over, and they said, "We're doing an outbound security check." I thought, oh, Lord, they won't even let us out before we can get in. But it all worked out okay. They must have been folk musician fans or something, I guess.
This is Milk Cow Blues.
And how many years down on the farm did we have milk cows, and did Dad sing the blues about them?
G. Well, I woke up this morning and I looked out the door. I couldn't see my milk cow, I couldn't hear her low. If you see my milk cow, won't you send her on home? Lord, I ain't had no milk and butter since my cow's been gone. You know my brain is cloudy, my soul is upside down. You know my brain is cloudy, my soul is upside down. When I get this lonesome feeling, you know the blues are somewhere around. Done everything, honey, to get along with you. Now let me tell you something that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna quit my crying, I'm gonna leave you alone. If you don't think I'm leaving, you can count the days I'm gone. Lord, you know I got them old milk cow blues. I said, well, good evening. Don't that sun look good going down? I said, well, good evening. Don't that sun look good going down? Well, I feel so lonesome 'cause my true love's not around. This morning, and I looked out the door. I couldn't see my milk cow, I couldn't hear her low. If you see my milk cow, won't you send her on home? 'Cause I ain't had no milk and butter since my cow's been gone. No, I ain't had no milk and butter since my cow's been gone.
Well, Well, Dad was known for writing a lot of songs about local people. He wrote a lot of songs about lots of people, I'm sure, that are here still this afternoon. This is one that he wrote about a family right here in town, all the way back in 1975. They were caught in a blizzard and had a pretty scary, life-threatening time. So I hope you enjoy this one. It's called The Curry Family Ordeal. On the 10th of January in 1975, a family went on a business trip and almost lost their life. They left the town of Manitou for Winnipeg on that day. What happened on that fateful trip, they'd remember all their days. The weather took a sudden change, it started into snow. The temperature kept on dropping and the winds began to blow. Garth and Shirley Curry, 2 daughters and a son, were on their way back homeward as the mighty storm swept down. It was near the town of Sperling on highway number 3. The blizzard now was raging, they could barely see their way. When from out of the whirling whiteness, a car bore down on them. The impact forced them off the road, they could not move again. They tried to flag a passing car, but none of them would stop. Their motor had now ceased to run, their hopes began to drop. All through that long, cold, stormy night, the Currys huddled close. The howling winds and the fighting cold, they're 2 relentless foes. By 5 o'clock that afternoon, their matches were all gone. They could not help but wonder if they'd make it through till dawn. That second night they had to fight to keep the kids awake, rubbing their cold feet and hands for the frost that cold would take. Early the next morning, the winds were not as strong. They knew if they did not get help, the end would not be long. Then through the snow and drifting snow, a farm light they did see. On feet and legs half frozen, Mrs. Curry made her way. At last they all were rescued, more dead than alive. For 36 long hours, this family had survived. One final word of caution when the winter winds do blow. Just let this tragic story a warning be to you. I remember. I knew I had another shout out I wanted to make. And I don't know if any of those folks are here, but any home care workers here? There's a home care. Hey, there's Val. Sorry, I got all excited. I screwed things up. Well, I'll tell you what, the home care, I shouldn't say any names because I'll forget some, but they were absolute angels to Dad and helped Brother Greg out quite a bit. Otherwise, Greg would have been making lots of trips and not knowing exactly what to do. So the home care and the senior services here in town, man, oh man, just awesome. It's amazing what you have here in Manitou and the amazing people that fill these roles. And so I'd just like to thank all the home care folks for for helping Dad in those last days. Thank you.
We're down to our last few songs. This is a poignant one that Dad wrote about the old farm buildings. There's getting to be more and more of them. Called Lonely Old Farm Buildings. Driving down the quiet country road one summer's day, I turned into an old deserted yard. Looked around, what I saw brought teardrops to my eyes and memories of my younger days down on the farm. Deserted old farm buildings, decayed and falling down. If they could talk, what stories they would tell. I can see the happy couple starting out along life's way, never dreaming things would not turn out too well. Yes, those lonely old farm buildings tell a story, all the hopes and dreams that someone had one day. Now they're standing there all alone, broken down and so forlorn, sad reminders of someone who passed this way. On the old veranda post was the outline of a heart, and four initials neatly carved within. Old box neath the window, hanging by rusty nails, where sweet bouquets of flowers once had been. Then I slowly walked back to my car and left that lonesome yard, but the memories in my mind will long remain. We are young, we all have dreams, but sometimes they break down. Those lonely old farm buildings by the way. Yes, those lonely old farm buildings tell a story, all the hopes and dreams that someone had one day. Now they stand there all alone, broken down and so forlorn, sad reminders of someone who passed this way. Thank you very much. Well, you can't hardly do a tribute show to Wilf Carter without, or to Dad, without recognizing Wilf Carter. So this is what I call the Canadian medley. It's a Wilf Carter song, The Old Canadian Home, and a couple of Dad's favorite fiddle tunes on the end. Where the grass grows greener and the wind blows cleaner in my old Canadian home. Where the snow's whiter and the moon shines brighter in my old Canadian home. In the foothills of the Rockies, there we'll build a little nest all our own, where the cares are fewer, hearts are truer in my old Canadian home. In all the world there's no place that I'm my last one, Red River Valley, and then there's a real treat for you. She's going to finish off with some of Dad's best yodels. One thing Dad said to me is the Red River Valley was a song that meant a lot to him. It was in some pretty special shows of his. And he said, you know, when it comes to my time, I would really like that song. So I'm inviting all of you, and I'm going to stop talking. I'm inviting all of you to sing along with me the chorus of Red River Valley. I think we've saved the best for last. What was Dad known for? Let's take us out with some yodeling so he can be stomping up there.
Well, once again, I'd like to thank the Honey Garlic Committee for inviting us, for orchestrating this tribute to Dad, for inviting us to be a part. And it just has been a wonderful afternoon. It's been great for us, great way for us to, you know, do some grieving and in the best kind of way. So there was a lady that was wondering if there was going to be any yodeling. I don't know. I'm going to yodel now. I don't know if she's still here. But this is a song. You know, how do you do one of Dad's yodel songs? Like, whatever. Like he was pretty good at that. Not so much good at that, but I wrote a song as a tribute to him a few years ago. So I'm going to leave you with this one. Thanks again, everybody. This one's called My Yodeling Hero. When I was a girl on the farm way back home, I used to love to listen to my daddy yodel so. I decided that I would be a yodeler too. I thought if Dad could do it, then just maybe I could too. Oh, da-da, oh, dee-da, oh, da-da, oh, da-da, oh, da-da. Well, my dad was tickled pink that I would take up his old trade, and he'd smile as I practiced his yodel-dee-dle-do way. And now and then he'd get a little twinkle in his eye as his little girl kept working on that yodel cry. I dee-dle-do-dle-day, oh, dee-dle-do-dle-day, dee-dle-do-dle-day, oh, dee-dle-do-dee. I dee-dle-do-dle-day, well, the years have rolled along and I still sing those yodel songs. How I loved singing with my old dad. We sure had a ball. But Dad was a yodeling champion, so I lay back and dream of how it might sound if I could yodel just like he. Thanks again, folks. Have a great afternoon. Ron Braun, stick